Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you didn't see my previous video, I'm really trying to get out of reading slump that I've been in. I've been really deep diving into the Kindle Unlimited books, which are amazing, but sometimes they're just a small dopamine hit and not really engaging me as much. And so I decided I'm going to start getting back into fantasy reading. I know, how have I not been reading fantasy books this entire time? I have, but sporadically. You can't really be reading all these in-depth fantasy books when you're about to be going to class and you're sitting on the edge of your seat. You're not going to want to go. And so I've been shying away from it for a few years, especially because series are just such a commitment. Like, you're literally, like, you have to wait for the next book. You're stuck there. You don't know what's going to happen. And I'm a little burned from a past few series I've had where that's happened and it's been torture. So I am just slowly getting back into it. I've read a few fantasy books sporadically over the past 2 years and haven't finished any of them. Got the first book, I'm like, this is amazing, and didn't pick it up again, which doesn't work. And I've like basically forgotten what the stories were about. So I'm like, let's continue them. And so in this video, I'm going to be continuing all the fantasy books that I started in the last 2 years. So things like Spark of the Everflame. I read the first two books, loved it, so surprised by it, so good, and then didn't read the third one. And so I'm gonna read that. And so I'm like, I have a lot of like fantasy series like just open now. And so I'm like, let's deep dive into it. So hopefully it goes well. Hopefully I'm not losing sleep over this, although I probably will. So let's see. Hi guys, it's the next day. I got to 15% of Heat of the Everflame yesterday. It was so good. I forgot how good that series was because like I started it maybe in January, maybe just end of 2024, but it like engaged me so much. And it was like a Kindle Unlimited one, and like you can find some good ones on there, but I was not expecting it to be that good when I first read it. And then I didn't want to finish the series originally because I was like, the fourth book isn't out yet. I don't want to be left on a cliffhanger, which is one of my biggest pet peeves. But I was like, let's just go into it because I'm like, I kind of like, I want to like get ready for the fourth one because it probably will come out sometime in the next year or so. So I started reading that. It was so good. Oh my gosh. I literally, one gripe I have, I realize when I'm reading fantasy novels, I'm like, I could never do this anymore. As opposed to like when I was in middle school when I was like, oh yeah, like I could totally be the one going to fight all these battles. No, the stupidity of people. I would be so pissed off with every single person in my court that I'd be like, you guys can all deal with this yourself. You made your bed, you gotta sleep in it. Like, that is the one difference of like reading fantasy, I think, as an adult when you're reading a YA one. So I'm like, I would not, like, this is their problem now. Cause I'm like, we're trying to help you. And I'm like, you just see no one with no humanity. Okay, spoiler. This entire thing is spoiler, actually. Vance, I hate that man. I hate that man with a passion. So I'm like, what do you mean everyone can die? It's giving Gale in Hunger Games being like, they're even sweeping the floors is helping the enemy. No, that's not. They're children. There are children. What does that have anything to do with fighting a rebellion? I just, that really bugged me. But then remembering like Luther and then their relationship, that was so sweet. And then like the found family that she has with his cousins, I'm like, I'm at the point where they're just now getting out of the camp and like getting back to Luminos where they need to be. And so that's been really interesting. Also, her mother, her mother being head of the Guardians is a little bit nuts. I was like, the trust issues this girl now has is crazy. Um, yeah, that's all I have so far. I'm really happy I started reading it again because I think I would have been upset if I just never finished the series and completely forgot about it. But hopefully, I can get some more reading done today. I'm working move out, so I'm just gonna be moving a lot of people out and sitting down. So hopefully, I can get some done. Hey guys, so it's now nighttime. I really did not have as much time as I thought I would to read in between checkouts. It was just checkout after checkout for about 4 hours. So I'm finally reading. It's nighttime, but I'm just reading more of the book and I'm 20% through now. I'm just discovering, I'm like, I think I have an inkling. I think her father is actually the Ambrose, the the Fire Kingdom is also half of her because I'm like, I'm getting an inkling. And I'm like, I just want to document this. I'm like, maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm right. I like trying to like guess. I think this is where that's heading. But I'm like, I'm really liking the adventure aspect of it. I thought I'd want them more in Lumos, but I'm like, we got that in the first two books. And so I'm like, the adventure, they're running back, going through all the kingdoms to get back to where they need to be is actually really interesting for me. So let's go deep dive into some more. Hopefully I can get at least 30-40% through the book tonight. So, yeah. Hi. Yes, it is 3 days later. I don't know why I decided to start reading a very intense, very long fantasy novel while I'm in the middle of moving out of a college dorm and graduating. I definitely didn't have as much time as I thought I was going to, but I still got through it, all 1,000 pages of it. I do not check how much the page count is of a fantasy novel before I pick it up, just for my mental sake, because if I know ahead of time, then it feels too daunting. But if I'm in the middle of it and it's saying like 50%, and I'll turn the page count off on actual Kindle so it'll only say the percentage and how much I have left in the chapter, like time wise, just to give myself a little bit more mental leeway. But yes, I finished all 1,000 pages of it. Loved it. I gave it a 4.5 stars. It was so good. I finished it and I was like, now I remember why I didn't want to read this until the next one had already come out, because the cliffhanger that it left was ridiculous. I was like, what do you like? People are stupid. Like, I'm gonna go through some of my notes. So, like, I wrote down some stuff so I wouldn't forget because it's been so busy the past few days, but people are stupid. I have some of my fave Luther quotes, or just fave quotes from like the book saved. It was like, at one point when they were going through each of the different like realms, and they had gotten to one where her voice, as she likes to say, within like her mind that calls to her power, said rise, and it was different from the one she had before. And I was like, who is this woman's parentage? I was like, where is she from? And I was wholeheartedly, as you saw in one of the clips earlier, where I was like, I'm wholeheartedly believe her father's this evil king from the other kingdom that we knew about. No, I was wrong. They're like, I literally wrote down, where is she from? Immaculate Conception or something. I was like, what is happening? I was like, where is this coming from? But it was insane. It was insane. I also really love the quote, because an education is the most powerful weapon of all. I think it's really interesting with some like this is more like fantasy, a little bit dystopian-ish, about like how when people lose their knowledge, or an oppressed people lose the knowledge of their past, then that keeps them oppressed. And I thought that was really interesting how she really highlighted the loss of their education, of their past, and of the people who came and took over, really kept the people down, and they were unable to work to stop it or to do an uprising until they had that knowledge back, because the people in the higher up were hoarding it. So I thought that was really interesting, and I really loved that quote. And then Luther, I love Luther as like a mailman character. He was like the perfect opposite to her. He still frustrated me to no end at the beginning because I was like, at first when he was like shrinking away, I didn't think it was the stab wound. I was like, he got a mating mark with that evil woman from the before to get this compass, and he's gonna have to break up with her. And I was so upset. I was like, if he got that mating mark, I was like, if he got it, I'm about to shut this book and be done. No, it was worse. She was dying. But that was where my mind went. But the quote towards the end when they were like really explaining like their love for each other, and he was like, show me your worst, my darling, I'll show you how far my love can go. I was like, it was so sweet. And like, he will do anything, like actually give up his entire life, everything about him, just to be with her. And I thought that was so nice and cool to see in the book. And then oh, I don't even know why I highlighted this one. I just thought it was really funny when she's talking to who is this? When she's talking to the people. Oh, this is when they're breaking out of the prison. And she's like, and they're like, our king is dead. What did you do? Why'd you kill him? I think you killed him. And she's like, now why would I do that? I don't know why I highlighted that, but she's like, her sarcasm to all these people, like, so what? Like, are you stupid? Like, that's just like the entire premise. Just like looking at these world leaders being like, what have you been doing for the last 10 years while I've not been here? Like, I'm truly concerned. Like, that's her sentiment, and it just killed me. And it just, oh, this one at the end also, another example of Luther just being a ride or die when she was like, I can't do this anymore. I just need to go live off, run off. They can deal with their own shit. I don't want to be in charge of this anymore. Let them deal with their own issues. And she's just like, we're going to go run off, have a farm together, take everyone we love, and just be in a farm together and not have to do anything. And he's just like, all right. And she's like, all right. And he's like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. I'm like, it's that simple word. It was just all right, period. That was it. That's all he needed to say, and it just exemplified everything. Again, him being a ride or die. It was just so sweet. Those are like some of my favorite quotes from the book. I'm not much of a highlighter. I'm more like really in depth with it, especially like reading it and just like absorbing it. Especially because on Kindle sometimes they'll like already have like fit like most highlighted, like underlined, and so like I don't think I need to, but like I'll highlight ones that just like almost gut me just a little bit that aren't the normal ones. If it's already been like highlighted as the most popular one, then I'm like, it's not worth it for me to do it. Oh, what's some other thoughts that I had? Oh, I hate every other single crown in the book other than Umbros, if I'm saying that right. I never, in my mind, when all these people have these crazy names, I just read it, it's there. I never pronounce it in my head because there's no point, because I'm never gonna get it. So I think it's Umbros, but it's, yeah, I think it's Umbros. It's the one where she stayed a few days and like hung out with the people and got to see all the books. But I hate every other single crown other than that. Because even the one where she literally saved his kingdom, got him to safety, and then he turned his back, I was like, okay, you guys are stupid. That's my one thing with reading fantasy now. Like, as opposed to when I was younger, I was like, I can totally see like where people are coming from. Like, I get it. Like, I just, like, I want to try to help anyways. Like, no, no. That is the major difference. And I'm like, like, sometimes I have to be like, you made your bed, you need to sleep in it now. Because I'm like, what did you do? Because why are you making this so supremely worse? Every single step you're making as rulers. And I'm like, she knows how to kill this guy, and then you're gonna try to trap her on the island? What? What? I just, a lot of anger. Also, let's bring up the mother. Let's bring up the mother. I do not like her mother. When she was like, why didn't you tell me any of this? Why did you hide this all from me? She was like, and her mother was like, well, I just don't think you wanted to see it. And I was fuming. I was like, maybe she didn't have to because she trusted her mother to protect her and to give her the answers that she needs. But, I digress. And then the quick turnaround, she was like, Luther, maybe Luther isn't that bad of a suitor. I'm like, yeah, no shit. He actually protected your daughter while you were off living on an island. Like, what was happening? Oh my god, literal had me spiraling. Towards the end of the book, I was like, I hate this woman. Please get her out of here. And she was also like, I like, you're not descended. Yes, I am, which is your fault. Like, this is your fault. Like, literally, all of this could have been solved if her mother sat down and said, you're descended. I think you should figure out and know who your father is. All that, da 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 da. All gone. All done. Fully hang all of the situation on people's heads. Maybe also the gods, because I'm like, who locks their descendant or something up on an island? That's gonna cause some issues. But honest to God, I hate to say it, the man might have deserved it because he seemed a little bit cray cray. But I digress. Also, I wrote down like I really hate not trusting anyone other than DM not to lie in the book, because I'm like, Luther was lying, and then you also have like Alexi. I feel like Alexi's gonna turn on us. Like, if I'm saying, I literally don't know how to say these people's name. It's the other guard friend of Luther's, the family, but I think she's gonna turn on us. I think she's gonna turn on us in the next book. Like, I don't know. I feel like that was planting a seed when they said she thinks Luther would be the better leader. I think that was planting a seed. I don't know. It felt a little suspicious. I've been wrong before. I've been fooled many a times, so I don't know. But everyone was lying, literally everyone. And then I'm like, she's the only one who's saying shit. She's like, we have to. She was literally saying to everyone, we have to speak the truth. We can't be hiding things from each other. Well, no shit, but you're still hiding them, causing more issues. It was driving me nuts. Anyways, but that's just the thing in fantasy, like, to prolong it. Like, I get it, but at the same time, just lying just doesn't work for me. Yeah. What the heck was the ending? What the heck? Locking her on the island and then stabbing her? I was like, what? I literally closed the book and I just looked down at I looked down at my Kindle and I was like, what? I these cliffhangers, I thought the last one was bad, but like, I knew she was gonna live. Like, the entire time I knew she was gonna live. I never thought Luther was dead. All of it. This one, I'm like, I don't know what the heck they are setting up for the next book. Because what? Also, they only have it in her POV, so then it's just gonna be her on the island dying for like the first half of the next book, I feel like. I don't even know anymore. Like, what were they thinking? They're like, we're gonna try to stop him ourselves. But you haven't been able to. You didn't stop him. I'm like, the logic wasn't there. And it was like, are these people just stupid? I'm like, you're world leaders and you're literally stupid. That's literally the premise of the book. Your world leaders are stupid. Just a little bit. Oh my god. I had so much fun reading it though, and it made me remember how much I loved the first two, where I was literally on the edge of my seat the entire time, wondering where is this going to go. And so I'm happy I picked it up. I think it was something good just to like distract me from all the craziness that was happening over those few days. And so definitely 4.5 read. Highly recommend the series. It's all on Kindle Unlimited, which was also crazy because sometimes you don't see that type of like high fantasy type of vibe on Kindle Unlimited. That's just not widely known. I only heard about this from like another booktuber a few months ago, and they had just brought it up randomly as a Kindle Unlimited books, and I looked it up and I was like, this might look interesting, and loved it. But yeah, I'm definitely in my fantasy era now, and I'm deep diving. I think the next one I'm gonna pick up is City of Gods. It's, oh my god, this is actually gonna drive me nuts. It's City of Gods. It's on Kindle Unlimited also. Yes, City of Gods and Monsters by Kayla Edwards. I think I'm gonna read that one next. I've heard so many people say it's like Crescent City, but not as annoying. And as someone who read Crescent City and then could not finish I couldn't make it through 10% of the next book. I need something that's like it, but not. You know what I mean? Because I love Sarah J. Maas. This is gonna put me off on a tangent. I love Sarah J. Maas. But sometimes the woman can be doing too much. I'm like, there's too many storylines happening in this one book. I know it's all gonna tie together, but I need to stop for a sec. We need to like explain it to me because I'm like, what do you mean this is happening and this is happening all at the same time? I'm like, I need like it's too much. It's too much. But I don't know. Also, the title "City of Gods and Monsters" it's giving me like Mortal Instrument vibes, and I just it's making me nostalgic. So I think it's gonna be a really good book, and I'm excited to read it. So yeah, thanks for coming along with me, getting back into fantasy reading. As you can see, it really gets me. It gets me down bad. Like really deep dive into it, but I think it's fun. It's definitely different than reading romance. As much as I love it, sometimes you just need that switch up so you don't get too burnt out with it. Because I think I was getting to that point that I'm like, I could not find a single one. I like find one sporadically, a romance novel that I really liked, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so good. And then I'd go into like a reading slump because nothing was hitting that level. And so I needed a little bit of a break. More authors coming out with some more books. We have some new releases in the next month or two from some romance not authors that I love. So I'll be picking those up too. But thanks for joining me. And as always, click like or subscribe and join me for another video on Izzy After After.